What's up, Kitten Cats? Today is Monday, January 16th, and I am finally back in Louisville after all my travels, with going home for Christmas, with going to Boise, with going to LA, and it feels really good to be back. So kind of the game plan now that I'm done prepping for the spokesmodel search is to just get back into growing, get back into muscle growth, get back into getting stronger again, and all of that good stuff. I love the immediate post-diet period because it is a really great opportunity because you're primed to grow. Now that applies to fat gain, and it also applies to muscle growth, so you kind of have to be a little bit careful, but it's a really great opportunity to take advantage of the state that your body's in. So I'm excited to get back into some heavy training and all that good stuff. So I'm about to mix up some pre-workout, show you guys what supplements I'm taking now that I'm back to growing, and let's get into the video. So for my pre-workout stack, first thing I'm starting with is 1 scoop of Prolific. So Prolific is PE Science's newest pre-workout based product. It's solely for pre-workout. It's not sold as a thermogenic or anything like that, like Alphamine is. So I take this for energy, for pumps, and for focus. So I do 1 scoop of this. I'm using the mango splash flavor. And I'm going to add 1 scoop of this amino IV, so branched chain amino acids. Branched chain amino acids are really great for recovery and performance. So I just add a scoop of these to my pre-workout. I made an Instagram post about this a couple of days ago, and there were some questions about if you should take BCAAs post-workout, and my answer to you is no, because if you're taking in a high-quality protein source like Select Protein, then you're already getting your BCAAs through that high-quality protein source, so you don't need to supplement with BCAAs. And the last thing I'm adding to my pre-workout stack is this True Creatine from PE Science. Creatine is one of the most widely researched, both in acute and longitudinal studies. It's one of the most widely researched supplements. Women can take it, men can take it, it does not matter. It is safe to take, it is okay to take. I'll break down a little bit of what creatine does in like scientific terms, then simplify it a little bit. So when your body uses energy, it uses ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So triphosphate means 3. It breaks it down into ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate, so it loses a phosphate. What creatine does, your body naturally produces creatine, but what creatine does, it's creatine phosphate. So creatine phosphate donates a phosphate to that adenosine diphosphate to help regenerate ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So basically the purpose for taking creatine is increase strength, increase power output, and then it also, it helps to fill the muscle cells. It helps to, like, how do I say this? Like people say they don't want to take creatine because it makes you retain water or whatever. First of all, that doesn't really happen if you're not loading, and there's no real need to load in my opinion. But part of the whole point of taking creatine is to increase cell volume and increase muscle cell volume. So that's okay. So I add creatine to the stack for increased strength, increased power output, increased pumps, and all that good stuff. It's a really great supplement. Creatine is definitely a staple supplement in any athlete's arsenal. So that is my pre-workout stack. We're gonna go hit a glute workout, trying to get back into some more strength work now that I am in a more fed state, and it's gonna be great. So here we go. Easy way to get your carbs in. Just eat like half a sleeve of rice cakes on your way to the gym. That's fine.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay.
Stay and play that Blink-182 song that we beat to death in Tucson, okay.
I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, and
boy, it's no clouds, and I'm looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop. No, I can't stop.
so baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford, like that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older.
Look as good as the day I met you. I forget just why I left you. I was insane.
Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again.
I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city and I broke down crying.
4 years, no calls. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop.
No, I can't stop.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Write that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner of the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't never getting older. We ain't never getting older. We ain't never getting older.
Oh, I love tofu. I freaking love it. At the Chicago airport was like a tofu salad. So I had a tofu salad. It was pretty good.
All right, so I'm home from my workout. Actually get to have breakfast or lunch or whatever this is with Anne. And so I just made up some cream of rice and then I crumbled the Bite 5 cookie on there. So that'll be delicious because the Bite 5 cookies are delicious and this is already delicious. So it's gonna be even more delicious. But anyway, it's a great option, right?
Great option.
Yeah, so I'm gonna eat this.
Great.
She's just over here like nodding her head. She's like, yeah.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Stefan Salvatore.
Stefan Salvatore.
My mind is telling me no.
No, but my body is telling me yes.
I'm glad the camera was on.
Oh, did you just hear my
That was so intense.
That was like the most like, oh my gosh, what?
Oh no, she's going over the camera. Hey you guys, so I just wanted to come on here and do a bit of a reflection slash what's next type thing after the spokesmodel search. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, which if you're not, please go follow me on Instagram. But if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that bodybuilding.com did officially sign me as one of their athletes. So I'm super excited to officially be a part of team bodybuilding.com, like never in a million years, you know, that it's just this huge blessing and huge provision from God and from bodybuilding.com to be a part of this team. So just the spokesmodel search in general, wow. The experience overall was without a doubt one of the top 5 experiences of my entire life. It started as an idea, you know, what was that, like my freshman year of college, so like over 3 years ago. It started as an idea when I saw Karina Bay Miller do it, like I talked about in my video. It started as an idea and I was like, one day I'll enter it. And this year I was like, this is my year. And it was. And just the entire experience as a whole was phenomenal. Going to Boise and seeing headquarters, I remember walking in to headquarters was one of the most surreal experiences of my life because like I just had all the, like throughout the entire search, I started having all of these flashbacks to when I first started my fitness journey and when I first started logging my workouts on bodybuilding.com to when I first, you know, started investing in my, you know, hashtag best self. And it was a really emotional experience for me because it reminded me why I do this. It reminded me of my own Wonder Woman mentality. It reminded me of my purpose behind all of this. And just for that reason alone, the experience in and of itself was amazing. Like getting to sign the wall that hundreds of my own inspirations have signed themselves, like what? And getting to see the gym and training the gym and meet all of this staff, all these people who are so invested in their work and so invested in this company. They're open 18 hours a day taking care of this company. Like, they're invested in it, and they're all such kind and wonderful, amazing people. And my fellow finalists were so much fun. Like, we all became like family while we were there. And then going to the LA Fit Expo and getting to compete for the title, like, it was so much fun. And it was a different stage experience than what I'm used to. You know, I'm just used to having 8 seconds and then comparisons and that's it. But no, we actually like got to have fun and interact, and you guys got to learn a little bit about us. And I loved the question and answer session, you know, with Steve and with Jesse. I thought that was really awesome. So if you haven't watched my show day video, make sure you go and watch that so you can see some of the Q&A stuff. But yeah, I think that the spokesmodel search as a whole, and, you know, being a part of bodybuilding.com now as an athlete, it's a huge opportunity. It is like, I get really mind blown when I think about it. Bodybuilding.com is the company in the fitness industry. Like, how many doors that can open with regards to just connections to be made and opportunities for me to put my voice out there, and for other people to learn from me, and for other people to just start discovering their best self, and for me to keep pursuing my best self, because I'm not my best yet. That's just, it's super motivating. And I came back from this trip the most motivated just for life in general, for school, for work, for competing, for training than I ever have been. And so that's all thanks to the spokesmodel search, and thanks to you guys for helping me get there, and thanks to bodybuilding.com for even having it, and for, you know, selecting me for the top 20 and then choosing to sign me as an athlete. Like, it's been the most amazing experience ever. So I'm super thankful to have been a part of it. And yeah, so kind of the plan now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's just back to growing. You know, people have asked, you know, when are you going to compete in at nationals again? And it's basically, I'm not setting a date, I'm not setting a time. I have things in mind, but it's also a matter of when Nick and I feel comfortable with the amount of growth that I achieve. I don't want to go on stage just to go on stage. You know, that's purposeless at this point. It's always purposeless just to go on stage, for me personally. But when I get up there next time, I'm taking it. And that's my declaration. Like, I'm taking it. So no matter how long that takes, you know, I've competed pretty much nonstop since 2014. So it's hard for me to put on the brakes, but it's not putting on the brakes. It's just turning that momentum in a different direction to bring the best possible package to the next national stage that I step on, so that I ensure that that pro card is mine. And that's the game. That's the game. It's the irrefutable pursuit. You know, it's not a matter of how fast can I do it. It's not a matter of speed. It's a matter of diligence and dedication and putting in the time and effort needed in order to grow. And so game plan is back to grow and back to eating more. And I'm taking you guys along for the ride. You know, I went on stage for the bodybuilding.com search at 133, and so it's just gaining from there, and there will be more body fat added, there will be more muscle added, there will be more food added, there's gonna be more strength added, and it's just a really awesome time. And I'm super excited just for life, like making life gains, making business gains. Like, I have some really exciting things in the works for you guys in the coming year, so I'm just really excited. I forget who I was talking to about this. I think it was actually, I don't remember who it was, but just fitness has been and just my continued growth and the continued momentum that I have felt through fitness. It's just been like the hugest affirmation from God that this is where He wants me. You know, I've said before that, you know, I felt that I was called to compete, but I don't feel called solely to compete. I feel called more to fitness in general, and helping people find, you know, their best self, their Wonder Woman. So it's not just as a result of competing. But yeah, it's been this biggest affirmation that, you know, things continuing to go well, and just the momentum to keep going. That doesn't mean everything is easy, mind you. That does not mean that my life is a cakewalk. That does not mean that there's never been a struggle, that there's never been a failure, because there have been many. But, you know, just continued momentum, continued rising after falling. That's just been the hugest provision from God that I'm where I'm meant to be. And, you know, I'm 21 years old. I forget that a lot too, and so I got time. And I got plans, so I'm so excited to take you guys along for the ride. Thank you for being along for the ride this far. I love y'all. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment below of something that you learned or something that you would like to see in the future, something you liked about this video. If you're not subscribed already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification button if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support and for helping me to get where I am. You know, I don't think we always say thank you for watching, but I don't think we just genuinely thank our subscribers enough. and like our followers enough, because without you guys I would not have been on that stage. There would be a lot of things in life I wouldn't be doing right now were it not for you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me. We're in this together. I love you guys. Bye.